What little things have the ability to make or break your cleaning business? Is that what you want to know? Well, then that's what I got for you. But first, a quick intro. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Mike Mack from thejanitorialentrepreneur.com, and I help people start, grow, and automate wildly profitable office cleaning businesses. And on this video, I'm gonna give you 3 things that could either make or break your cleaning business, okay? These are things, some of these things are often overlooked. Some of these things you may think, oh, I didn't know that was that important. Really? It's very important, and I'm gonna give you like everything you need to know to make sure you avoid these mistakes, all right? But first, before we get into any of that, if you are not subscribed, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell, because I put out new videos just like this every single week, and you're not going to want to miss them, all right? And sometimes YouTube doesn't let you know. Sometimes you gotta like find it. You know, I noticed that some channels that I really enjoy following where it's like, well, I didn't know you had a new video, dude. So hit that subscribe button so we avoid that issue from happening for you. Also, if you like what you get from this video, because that's my goal, to bring you all the value I possibly can, go ahead and hit that thumbs up. It'll help the channel grow, and I appreciate you for that. The people who already do it, I appreciate you deeply for that. Also, stick around to the very end, because I have another announcement just like I did last week, all right? So you're not gonna wanna miss that either, all right? So, now that all of that's out of the way, let's get into this week's video. All right, so this video, like I said, it is all about these little things that are often overlooked. So you already know this video is not gonna be about ideal clients, you know, dream clients, underbidding, great reviews. I mean, these are things that I would say are basically in the common knowledge section, or things I talk about in previous videos. I wanted to dive a little bit deeper. I wanted to go in there and I want you mentally aware of like other things that I wasn't aware of when I first started, okay? So there's always like this thing going into something where you have your assumptions of this is what, oh, I know what people want, or I know what my ideal clients want. I don't even need to do research. Yeah, that was just, that was ignorant. That was ignorant AF, because you learn so much. I mean, it's okay to go in, have certain expectations and guesses when it comes to like what it's gonna take to find and keep great cleaners and get great dream clients and keep them for years to come, and just all other areas of your business. But you'll see that when you actually get there and you actually go on the journey yourself, you'll see it is often very different from reality, both positive and negative at times. So that's why, you know, I really try to base all of the content around things that I'm like, okay, they're on their journey. Let me hit them with this, because I think if they knew this, they'd be so much better off. All right, so that's what that video is. So let's get right into the thick of the action. Okay, the first thing, and possibly the most important thing when it comes to like things that'll absolutely make or break your cleaning business, your company, your business, your potential empire, and that is who you bring on your team, right? So the teamwork will absolutely make the dream work. And where most companies go wrong, and this is so make or break, is that they'll just go out and start hiring. And it's like, what's wrong with that? I thought you should start hiring. Yes, you absolutely should start hiring, but it's more than just filling out, just getting warm bodies, okay? Because if you think that's true, and if you've heard me talk about that in previous hiring videos, where you don't want to settle for warm body syndrome because that's what everyone else is doing. And it's the same thing, if not even more so, with your admin staff, with your managers, with your supervisors, everyone you get around, your personal assistant, if that's this direction you go. Like, these things are so important. Even honestly, if you bring out and you outsource certain marketing, like that matters too, because that is your team essentially. So the person you're dealing with, you want to make sure that you're not just hiring just to hire, right? So what do I mean by that? Company culture is everything, right? And you should have values. No, check that. You need to have company values. You need to have company standards. And you may be confused, like, wait, what does that mean? Like, what is, you know, how do you do that? It's like, well, that's a whole other video, which I can get into. If you're interested in that, comment below. comment company culture or just culture. I don't know, just comment and I'll know you want a video and I'll make the video. So basically that is how I look at it. It's the personality of your company, right? That's going to attract or repel people, right? So now if you're locked in and you have a culture that's great, so you may say, wait, how do you do that? Well, you could watch a boring old corporate video on how to build the right company culture, or I mean, you could just kind of like take my advice. Our team is kick-ass. I love everyone on our team. Seriously, top to bottom, best crew in the game. At least that's how I feel. That's my bias. So how we built our company culture was basically we let our personality and our values, we injected that into our business. And that became, our company became, it took on a life of its own. It's almost like you gave it the breath of life. And now your company is its own thing. It's its own entity. It has a personality. And so people we were bringing on for all of these different positions, they took it on and they were attracted to it. And people we didn't want were repelled by our message and our personality even. You know, I'm super duper like this, and you know, some people don't like that. Some people are like, oh, too much. This guy is over the top. So once you have your company culture and everything set up and everything like that, still, I want you to be deliberate. I want you to think of certain red flags, what that would be, somebody you don't want to work with, all right? Because that's what it usually is. It's usually just a matter of who would I not want to be stuck with in an office if we work together, right? It's the same thing. So be deliberate. Don't have warm body syndrome. Build your team slowly, okay? Start immediately, but build slowly, okay? So, and that is so important and super duper overlooked, where people's like, hey, I just need to fill a spot. Don't do that. Don't do that, because if you bring the right people on, not only are you gonna enjoy being with them, but they're gonna be part. They're gonna see the growth of your company as their mission too. That's how you bring on, you start surrounding yourself like that, you build a winning culture. And when you got a winning culture, sky is the absolute limit. The second thing that is often overlooked that could make or break your cleaning business, that is billing before services are performed. Now again, if you're not new to my channel, then you know that I talk about this all the time, but here's why it's really important. Besides the obvious, it affects your cash flow, you know, it affects your ability to pay people on time. You know, when you're billing ahead, another thing that's often overlooked is the amount of anxiety that you get to skip because you don't have to worry about it. What do I mean? So if you're billing behind, which basically means is you just landed a new client, let's say it's a big, beautiful dental office, right? And let's say it's like 15,000 square feet, there are plenty of doctors in there, plenty of rooms, and it's a high-end place. Let's say it's like $5,000, $6,000 a month. So say for a space like that, you're probably maybe looking at 2 to 3 people, probably 2, but maybe 3. So you have 3 employees. Now, when you start, you don't get paid till 30 days after, and sometimes, in some cases, 60 days after, right? So you can kind of see where I'm going. So now you have an option when you are paying employees. You could pay them monthly, which is very common with cleaning services. You could pay them bi-weekly, which is less common, but that does happen. Or you could pay them weekly, right? Not that common at all. It does happen, it's just not, in my experience, it's not that common. We're in the middle, we pay bi-weekly, so every single 2 weeks, no matter what, our employees are paid. Whatever it is, even if it's monthly, you eventually get to the point where you're always behind. So when that pay period is coming to an end, if you're not paid, you deal with a little bit of anxiety, because it's like, oh my goodness, my guys just worked, or gals, just worked a whole month, it's time to get paid. I have no other money. Like it's only through them. It's through the account. So it's like, if they don't pay me, I can't pay my crew. And it's like, I can't live with myself if my crew's not getting paid. Forget me, I need them paid. You see that? It's that little thing. I never talk about this because it's always like, oh, bill ahead, but this is why. That anxiety is something you don't need, okay? It could be stressful as it is running a business in the beginning, or even, you know, growing it to a certain point. Eventually you have support and that stress like really goes away. But, you know, on your way to that path, it could be very stressful, okay? Because, you know, there's equipment involved, there's clients involved, there's employees involved, that's their livelihood, okay? So my thing is like, I love my people. I'm not losing any of my people, and my goal and Jess's goal was to start a business and not once, not ever, not one time be late with payment, because I remember what that felt like. I remember what that felt like when I would be out cleaning all hours of the night, and then I had a boss at the time was just like, he'll half pay me 1 month, half pay me the next month, and then give me a full payment the third time, and then I'm like, well, you owe me 2 halves, and it's like, no, I already paid you. Look, that's all nightmare stuff, okay? But if you bill ahead, and I really want you to understand, because I've said it before in other videos, but billing ahead of time is going to save you stress. It's going to give you that peace of mind that you are absolutely taking care of your people. You got nothing to worry about. See, when I bill ahead, the money's already there. It's there. So I could pay weekly if I wanted. Hell, I'd pay daily if I really, really wanted it. I wouldn't. It wouldn't make any sense. They probably wouldn't want it either. But anyway, that's the point. The point is this is why we do it. It's a huge anxiety saver. So don't sleep on that. This could make or break your business. Okay, and the third thing that's often overlooked but has the ability to make or break your cleaning business. This is very important. Stick all the way through and like really hear me out on this. Dehumanizing your clients. I nailed it. Okay, so what do I mean by that? So now listen, when you're on the back end of things, you know, I'm a marketing guy. I love sales, I love marketing, I love all of that because that's really fun, advertising in general. So sometimes the lingo, the vernacular is always like closing deals, closing sales, you know, but behind me it's always like, hey, opening relationships, okay? Because that's a big difference. Because when I first started down this path to like want to get really good with advertising and marketing, because you could take it with you everywhere, no matter what your business is, I came across, you know, a coach who ended up becoming a really big influence in my life, and his thing was all about opening relationships. So I took that with me, and that's kind of like the vernacular now. What I mean by dehumanizing your clients is when you stop looking at them as people and you start looking at them as like paychecks. Okay, so now why that happens is like, you know, if you get too caught up in on the back end side of things of like deals, let's do deals, let's make money, let's grow, let's start making $20,000 a month, you know, what do we have to bill monthly to make that money? Let's get, you know, let's do all that. Anyway, that's all great and that's all beautiful. But when you stop looking at your clients as like actual, again, people, clients, you know, we don't say customer, we say client. Because a client, it's different than a customer. A customer, for all intents and purposes, is typically a one and done scenario, but a client is someone you are paid to take care of, right? That's not the exact definition, but that's basically that's the gist of it, right? So you must never forget that like this is the cornerstone, right? This is a major cornerstone, it's a major pillar of your business, your clients, okay? So if you're treating them like they're dollar signs, guess what? That energy, it comes across. You feel it, you sense it, you know? And a lot of people do it, and that's why a lot of cleaning businesses have terrible reviews, or at least got a bunch of bad 1 to 2 star reviews where they don't feel that love, they don't feel that. They feel like a transaction instead of like, that's my guy or that's my girl, they take care of us, they take great care of us, okay? Do you see what I'm saying? Never, ever lose sight that they are so important. So I want you to like always think about that. Think about that. Like make customer service just as important as sales. And then guess what? When you do that, you don't ever have to worry about your clients leaving. So when you bring on that example I gave a minute or two ago about like that $5,000 a month dentist office, or even when you start getting, you know, a $10,000 to $20,000 per month type of account, but honestly, even $1,000 per month, even $100 per month, if that's right out of the gate, if that's what you land, a $500 a month, like treat them with love, basically, from your company, on your company's behalf. Treat them good. You know, it doesn't matter what they're paying you. They're paying you and they're not paying anyone else, and that's what matters. So just reward that loyalty with great service and customer service, okay? If you do that, I'm telling you, it's one of the biggest reasons we were able to grow as big and as fast as we are currently growing. And guess what? We're still going. We're still going, okay? But guess what? We have really, really big clients, and then guess what? We still have a couple of people that were like some day one people. You know, we still have one of our chiropractors. I mean, it's bumped up quite a bit, closer to 1,000, but they were, you know, it was on the smaller side. When we got them, it was only $300-$400, and then over time, we kind of grew together, and that's beautiful. That's so cool. You know, especially when you're starting up, you link up with like a smaller business, a business that really can't afford the service, but they take a chance on you, and then they stay with you, and then you both grow together, and it's just things like that. I'm telling you, I know it may sound cheesy, but things like that just make me feel all warm in the tum-tum or something like that. All right, so listen, in conclusion, it's the little things. It really is the little things, right? I know it's some corny stuff we see on the back of a card sometimes, and it's like, it really is the little things. Just just like in life, in marriage, and no matter what it is, it all could be brought back to business too. It really is the little things, and when you don't overlook these things, you know, when you treat your people good, when you bring on quality people, like, sky's the limit. Sky is really the limit, and these are things that are overlooked. You know, it's just like billing back. If you're billing behind and you're paying people late, guess what? Even if you have this amazing system, right, to bring in great people, like, we have an amazing system, and we just bring in superstars, like, we really do. And when we do, like, if we were constantly paying them late and we were just not treating them with love, and like our clients too, we're bringing in great dream clients, but guess what if we were like not treating them good? They wouldn't ultimately stay with us, okay? Same thing with the cleaners, same thing with our nighttime managers, same thing, admin, staff. I'm telling you, don't overlook these things. All right, you can't overlook these things. Okay, it's bonus time. So this week, as always, you can get that free masterclass. There were some tweaks made to it, a little bit of a couple of adjustments to make it more user-friendly. You can go check that out. First link in the description. Also, if you haven't already, come over and join us in Facebook. You know, I'm gonna start doing a lot more in that group, and the group is growing. We're coming up to 500 members now, so definitely come over, check it out. You know, we can hang out in between. You know, I'm gonna be doing a lot more live video in there, so again, like I said, we can kind of like hang out in between these videos. I want to know who you are, I want to meet you, so come over to Facebook. By the way, that link is in the description. Just scroll down until you see Facebook, click that link, it'll take you right to the group. It'll ask you like 1 or 2 questions, just boom, boom, done, you're in there. And lastly, the big bonus for this week. Last week, we brought on quite a few students. We're running a massive discount. It is very rare that we do this, just because, you know, this thing is our coaching program. It's worth it, like, it's worth honestly 10x. I know that sounds like that, but it's like when you see the results, you see it, it's this, a cleaning business, an automated cleaning business has the power to absolutely change lives. If that is of any interest, you can find more information on that below. If you have any questions, you can hit support at thejanitorialentrepreneur.com. One of my team members will get back to you, but that's it. The plugs are over. I'm done plugging. If you got value, hit the thumbs up button. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. Turn on a notification bell. That's it for me. I'm done. Oh yeah, by the way, if you if you liked the video, and you let me know what your favorite thing was below. You know, what was the thing you overlooked? You know, let me know, 1, 2, or 3. Also, drop a diamond if you really were like, this video changed it for me. I'm thinking about stuff I wasn't even thinking about before. All right, that's it. I'm seriously done this time. I'll see you next week. Peace out. Boom. Whoa! Hey, thanks for watching the video. What are you still doing here? You want to check out more stuff? You want to grow your cleaning business? You want to grow it to the next level? You want to automate and scale all that fun stuff? Check out this video. Or check out this video. And have you subscribed? I mean, seriously, it's right there. Just click. You're subscribed. All you gotta do is click right there. Or you should check this video out. Or check this video out. I don't know. Do your thing. I'll see you on the next one.